Common Good TV Show. The Common Good TV Show. Brought to you by Veteran Rescue Mission. Highlighting the good in the community. Hosted by Pastor John McLean, Tucson's favorite family show.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Common Good television show brought to you by Homeless Veteran Transition Program Veteran Rescue Mission. We're happy to have you here. And this definitely, as much as we have an amazing show for you, it wouldn't be the Common Good television show if we did not give grace to a very loving God that makes this show possible. Today, if you would with me, bow your heads and let's thank Him. Dear Lord, thank you once again for allowing us to be here to enjoy your grace, most of all for loving us so we can love one another. In your Son's name we pray, amen. Hello, welcome back to the Common Good Radio Show brought to you by Veteran Rescue Mission. I am Pastor John McLean, happy and blessed and favored to be here to tickle your little eardrums there. Tickle, 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 gotcha. So, speaking of ticklish people, I'm just kidding. Speaking of amazing people that we have here in studio, one of my, I want to think easy to say top 20 best friends. Like, really, you really are easy. One of my top 20 best friends, an amazing lady, someone I look up to. Probably one of the only people I think works harder than I do in Tucson. I've seen it firsthand. We had the pleasure of seeing their shop recently, and a lot was going on. Some amazing work and practice. It was such a beautiful sight to see. And that person is Mimi, and that organization is We Care Tucson. Thank you for joining us, Mimi.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure. And I guess for those who don't know what We Care Tucson is, explain to them what you guys, who you guys are, and what are the array of services that you guys provide for the community.
So We Care Tucson's mission is to remove the barriers to information, education, and wellness. And how we accomplish that is by taking in technology, use technology that people donate, businesses donate, and we restore what we can, and we sell it at a low cost in a showroom, which is where you guys got to tour part of. And then we also offer a low-cost computer referral program for those that are socioeconomically challenged, that even a low-cost store, they can't afford that. So we have that. And then what we can't use, we recycle. So we keep its sustainability, and we keep it out of our local landfill. And then we also have used medical supplies that people donate to us, and we give out free. Anybody can come in and get them. And we're also a loan chest for durable medical equipment that's available free. And all of this is through donations we receive from the wonderful community we have here in Southern Arizona.
Yeah, it was so cool to see. It was like when I walked in there and kind of got a sense of the place, it was like, okay, these people get to play Santa Claus over here. So that's beautiful.
It feels like that every day.
Yeah, it does. I mean, particularly there was one situation where you had that crooks that you couldn't necessarily help with the battery for the wheelchair, which thankfully we're going to be able to help. But all these areas that you can help, it's just like, man, I'm happy. Let me help wherever I can. Let me get in there. Let me play a little Santa Claus, because you guys are having fun without me. So thank you for letting me do my part.
Absolutely.
For sure. And speaking of, that tour that you gave us the other day, speak to that and what you showed us, and what exactly, paint a picture in the minds of our listeners when they go into We Care Tucson on Stone, just north of Glen.
Just north of Glen, south of Fort Lowell. So,
what can they expect, and what are they going to see?
So when you first walk in the store, you see all the computers, all the technology that's for sale in the store, from desktops, laptops, MacBooks, TVs, monitors, all sorts of things. That's anybody can come in, wander around, shop, and all of that. And it's all, believe it or not, you can get a laptop for like $40 to all the way up to about 400 or 500. And basically, it has to do with age and speed and all of that. But we have all that kind of thing. So we have something for everybody, fit everybody's budget. And then as you move further into the store, you have all the medical supplies and the medical equipment. And people can wander in. And what's really great is when people find what they need, or they'll ask us and we kind of don't know what something is. And all of a sudden somebody brings it in. So it's kind of very cool that way. And then all the way in the back is, I guess, kind of where the magic happens, where we have all kinds of volunteers who get to repair and work on all of this technology.
Yeah, I mean, we unfortunately, maybe next time we definitely have to dig into that space a little bit more. We didn't really take a complete tour as much as I would have liked, but as I kind of walked back there a little bit, because we were looking for a step stool for you to stand on, so you could be my height for the shoot. One of the gentlemen that was back there, thankfully, grabbed me something. We decided to go with something different, but it looked like something out of a 90s movie about like computer hackers, because there was just like a whole bunch of cool kids in the back working on computers and like looking around the corner like the man's coming. So it was really awesome to kind of just see like the community of people and how they were back there doing some really cool high-tech stuff that I had no idea what that was, but I could see, well, these are the people that could teach me it.
And they've learned from us. Most of them come in. A misconception is people think they come in and volunteer. They have to have this knowledge of all this stuff before they can help, and not at all. We're really happy to provide them with the skill set, which is why we partner with other agencies to help for a career or job path for somebody. And so a lot of these people have just learned it, which is really cool. Yeah,
it's definitely, as much as we've talked to you on this show, and I've talked to you, I've heard about We Care Tucson so many times, just seeing it was something else. It was something else. For one, it gave me a little bit of flashbacks of when we had a thrift store. We had 2 thrift stores actually as an organization at one time, and just the management and all that went into that. It seemed like nothing compared to what you were dealing with there, and just made me think how many hats you wear and how much you guys do. But let's kind of turn that corner, and for people that like myself, or like Ivani or Jonathan or Martin that are here in studio with us, that want to be able to help, or saw, and I'm sure all you guys saw something that kind of touched you, like what can we do to kind of help move We Care Tucson forward, or what can we do to support the work that We Care Tucson does?
Well, anybody can come in and support in multiple ways. Look through your closets and for all that old technology that you threw in that junk drawer or the back closet because you can't use it anymore. Bring it to us. Coming in and volunteering. But a big thing is spreading the word about what we do and who we are. That is really key, and it's gratifying when someone comes in and said, I didn't know you existed, but I heard about it from somebody else. So spreading the word is really huge, and allowing us to come on and talk about what we do on shows like yours is huge. It's just getting the message out to people looking to get rid of their stuff, but also people that really need the help. Where can they turn to?
And I guess share with us, like, I know when I went there, and I think that was what touched me most, and with me, the work I do, what touches me most isn't only the people that we help, come get services or come get what they need and they move on to the next step, but those people that volunteer, or the staff, or the people that are in the program that kind of keep things going. That's the backbone of it. And I could tell in being there at the We Care Tucson location you had a few people that they were quiet in the background and trying to stay out of the way, but they definitely seemed like they made up the different links of the vertebrae that is We Care Tucson.
We couldn't do what we do without volunteers. There's just absolutely no way. And we have wonderful volunteers. Some have been with the organization through all its morphing to what it is today. Some are new. Some come through partnerships with other nonprofits and agencies that we help. And I've been blessed by the people that have volunteered when I needed help, have been able to hire them. So but I couldn't do what I do and be out in the community running around without people and staff that I have at We Care.
Awesome. And then for people who want to donate, volunteer, want to get goods or services, how can they get a hold of you? How can they plug in?
So you can visit our website at wecaretucson.org. Come by the store, which is 3029 North Stone, which is, like we said, just south of Fort Lowell and north of Glen. Or call us at 520-514-1588. Or you can even just send us an email, which is info@wecaretucson.org.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Mimi. We're going to be talking with her more after the break. You guys sit right there. As usual, we want to thank our sponsors, Proper Villains, for Tucson Center for Self-Care, We Care Tucson, our very favorite sponsor, 100 Plus Guys Who Give, Sonoran Senior Solutions, Desert Sunset Realty, White Stallion Ranch, Bukowski Law Firm, Tucson Tool Shop, Tucson Business Networking, Roofs Are Hot, The Guys Next Door Radio Show, brought to you by Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, Always Faithful Home Inspection, Levity Wellness Center, Tucson Pack and Ship, and Comfort Care. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Common Good television show, brought to you by Homeless Veteran Transition Program Veteran Rescue Mission. I'm Pastor John McClain, and I get the blessing to be here with Mimi with We Care Tucson. Thank you for having us, Mimi.
Thank you for coming and having us on your show.
Absolutely. And you gave us a tour of this amazing place. Tell us a little bit about that tour.
So we started with the showroom with the technology. So we take in used technology, we restore it and sell it out here in a showroom that is open to anybody. And it's at very low prices, so it's very, very affordable. Then we have a low-cost computer referral program for those that are, unfortunately, don't have the means for even something like this. We partner with about 49 agencies that refer people, but because we want to remove barriers, we refer people to ourselves as well.
Nice.
Then what we can't use, we recycle, keeps it out of our landfill. Then the other pillar of our mission is our medical supplies. So we take in used medical supplies and medical equipment, and we're a loan chest for that, and everything in that area is free.
That's awesome. And so for people who want to volunteer or want to donate or need supplies, how can they do that?
So they can come down and visit us in the store, which is located at 3029 North Stone, just south of Fort Lowell. Or you can come on our website at wecaretucson.org. Or you can give us a call at 520-514-1588. Or you can even email us at info@wecaretucson.org.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having us, Mimi.
Thank you for coming and seeing what we do.
Absolutely. And thank you all for watching. This has been the Common Good television show, brought to you by Homeless Veteran Rescue Mission. We'll be right back.
Sometimes I'd like to smack old age right in the kisser. Ow!
I always get the best parking spot.
I think she needs a little more help.
Monday.
What I really need is a boyfriend that can drive at night.
I can make a fashion statement out of anything.
I will be fabulous.
I have a little crush on my pharmacist.
With Comfort Care at your side, you can live your best life possible. We know families can't be there 24/7, which is why we can help with as much or as little home care as you need. From medication reminders and meal prep to everyday chores and errands, so you can live in your own home on your terms.
I wouldn't let aging stop me from being me.
Call Comfort Care now and let us create your personalized care plan and find the perfect caregiver match.
Can you show that number again? She was texting.
Together with Comfort Care, you can both live your best life possible.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Common Good television show brought to you by Homeless Veteran Transition Program Veteran Rescue Mission. I remember a time where my air conditioning system, it broke down. And my wife, my baby, my family, we were suffering. We were dealing with some serious problems. And the first organization I thought to call was Ron Arenas and Picture Rock Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. And they were out lickety-split, and they fixed the problem immediately. And my wife, my baby, we're all happy again. I would suggest you go to picturerockscooling.com to check them out. But don't just take my word for it. We have an awesome segment to show you the amazing work that they're doing. Check it out.
Now, it's time for The Guys Next Door, brought to you by Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, with Ron Arenas and Pastor John McClain.
Welcome, everybody. This is the Common Good television show brought to you by Veteran Rescue Mission. I'm here with Ron Arenas with Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, and he was nice enough to invite us into one of the houses that they're doing an install today. Thank you for inviting us, Ron.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
Absolutely. And so explain to our viewers, what exactly are you guys doing at this house here today?
Of course. So we had a customer that had an existing HVAC system that she wanted to upgrade. So we went ahead and upgraded her with a brand new energy efficient HVAC system.
Nice. And you had us up in the attic, and we'll show a little bit of that footage. What were we doing there in the attic?
So up in the attic is where your furnace and your evap coil is.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's also where all the ductwork is connected to.
Nice, nice. And then, so I know you guys do more than just heating and cooling. What are some of the other services you guys provide?
We do all services for heating and cooling, both residential and commercial, and full plumbing services, including full house filtration for your water.
That's awesome. So for those that want to utilize your services, how can they get a hold of it?
Right, they can they can go on our website at www.picturerockscooling.com or call us at 520-920748.
Awesome. Well, thanks again, Ron, for having us.
Great, thank you.
We'll see you again in studio.
All right.
Indeed, this is a Common Good radio show brought to you by Veteran Rescue Mission, highlighting the good in the community. Tucson's favorite family show. I am Pastor John McClain. That's not how the order of the song, but you can figure it out on your own. And I just want to talk about a time I remember where I had such a sore hip. It was such a pain, like not just playing basketball every weekend, because I like to play like 3 or 4 hours at Brandy Fenton Park every weekend with a group of buddies. We're all over 35, some as old as 70. So those guys are still playing. Like, I want to continue to play, but it got to the point where every day I was waking up just aching, barely could walk down the stairs in the morning. But thankfully, I got with Center for Self-Care, and they massaged my hip to the point where not only could I play basketball without dealing with aching pain afterwards, but this past weekend I just dunked on somebody. So there's the cheer noise in the background. Just go ahead and play it in your head, because it's just such a blessing to connect with Center for Self-Care. Visit centerforself-care.com. That's center, the number 4, self-care.com. And speaking of people that will heal your aching body and your aching soul and your aching pipes and make your life better, we got Mr. Ron Arenas with Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Hello there. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us. And I feel super happy to have you in studio, because just recently we got to kind of see in person some of the amazing work that you do, and kind of the sophistication of what you do. I didn't realize that it was actually that sophisticated. But before we get into that, tell everybody, what is Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, and what do you guys do?
Sure. We are a locally owned, family-run air conditioning, heating, and plumbing contractor for both residential and commercial.
Nice.
Yeah.
And so kind of just like a real quick menu of those services you guys provide.
So we offer services for the heating and cooling side, diagnostics, maintenance, new installations.
Okay.
On the plumbing side, everything that you could think of plumbing side, sewer backups, toilets, garbage disposals, repiping the whole house, water filtration for the whole house.
I think everything except for repiping the whole house and water filtration I've had you guys do at one of our properties. So
yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
for sure. And we like I foreshadowed, you gave us a tour of one of your sites just recently. Give us a description of that tour and what we saw.
Sure. So the customer that we had that we went to their location, they had an existing unit. Part of it was in the attic and part of it was on the side of the house. And we went ahead and installed a new unit. So we replaced the existing unit. She got an upgraded unit that's more energy efficient. And we went through it and replaced it.
Yeah, I mean, and again, to speak to that sophistication, I was, I don't know what I was thinking. I was just thinking you just come and just unplug one and you plug in another. But, you know, we just got there during a part of the install, but it seemed like there was so much to it. You had the unit outside and all this. We had, so it looked like soldering and all kind of fancy stuff going on, electrical work being done outside. And then you had us crawling, army crawling in the attic looking at, you know, something that the gentleman was installing up there. So I guess let's walk up through the attic and explain to us what was going on there, and then let's go outside to the group you had installing the big system out there,
the condenser. So indoors in the attic, that was the air handler. So, and that's what all the ductwork is connected to. So that distributes your air throughout the house. And connected to that also are the refrigerant lines. Those are those copper lines that need to be brazed in. And then on the outside is the condenser. That's pretty much what pushes the refrigerant through the system. And those lines that also needed to be brazed in.
And we got some really cool shots of fire, which apparently every single buddy on my production team is a pyromaniac, and that's all we wanted to watch was the fire scenes.
Fire cells.
So tell us about like that part of it. What does it entail uninstalling a condenser or compressor or whatever you keep calling it, and then reinstalling it?
Okay.
Yeah.
So the real short version is we usually cut out the old condenser. After we evacuate all the refrigerant.
I'll remember the vernacular.
It's kind of a big process, but we do it so often that I think we make it look easy. But we go in, we evaluate. If it's someone that's just asking for a new system, then we go in and we evaluate everything. We make sure everything is sized right and that the airflow would be correct. And then we give them a proposal with different options. And then whichever option they pick, then we go ahead and make sure that unit is in stock and we can get it in a reasonable time. We set up an install date with them, and then we get it done for them. And it takes a full day. It takes usually anywhere from 8 to 12 hours.
Yeah, and it looked like you're like in a small army there to install it. So that was fun.
and usually there isn't that many people there. It was just for the filming.
Yeah. And one other thing I'll kind of mention before we jump into kind of getting some summer tips, because I know that's approaching, is the comfortability of the clients. Like definitely you can tell you guys go out of your way, whether it's to coach them or to kind of be there and to comfort them, or just kind of walk them through the process just so they don't have any confusion. Because even though we were, filming at their house, and thank you, ex-customers that let us film at your house, they seem as comfortable as all get out, even though that their air conditioning wasn't working like they wanted it to.
Right. Yeah, exactly. We're not only there to provide them with comfort from their air conditioner or furnace, but we're also there to... We build in trust in there. I mean, we do what we say, we do it for the price that we say, and we back it up.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I'm biased, I will say, but I can definitely concur. I've had you guys come to my house at least half a dozen times now, and I have nothing but great things to say. I've still yet to fill out my Yelp review, but just give it time. I'll get to that. Thank you. Absolutely. And so as another foreshadowing, we said you had a summer tip for people. What should people look out for going into summer and prepare themselves for it?
Well, the biggest thing that a homeowner can do is make sure that they have a clean filter.
Mm-hmm.
So change your air filter every month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
We live in a hot, dusty environment.
Mm-hmm.
Every time you open a window or a door, you're bringing in dust. You bring in dust on your clothes, your dogs and kids bring in dust, and that all gets sucked up into your air filter.
Well, so you heard it from Ron Arenas, the coolest guy in Tucson. Change your filter every month.
Yep.
Yeah, and if he can convince me to do it, it only took 2 years, and I finally started. Yeah. So you listening, just listen for another 1 year and 11 months, and you'll get there too. So just as we jump out of here, for those who want to utilize your services, how can they do that?
Sure, they can go to picturerockscooling.com or call us at 520-492-0748.
Nice. Well, thank you so much, Ron, as always, for coming on the show. And those who like listening to talk radio and have nothing to do better with their life, stay here at 4 o'clock. We got the guys next door. Ron has honored me to be his co-host. And also you can go to the Guys Next Door YouTube page to check out some of the episodes. And we got some other secret surprises coming for you in the future. I won't peekaboo those too much, but definitely check out the coolest guy in Tucson, Ron Arenas.
Well, thank you.
Real soon. Absolutely. Thank you for joining us. This is the Common Good Radio Show brought to you by Veteran Rescue Mission. As always, we want to invite you to join us at the Sands Club every Wednesday at 9 a.m. We have an event to show a little thank you for our Common Good listeners, as well as a networking event that you can sit down with different stakeholders, different business leaders in the community to work together to do good. And remember, we're going to continue to thank our sponsors. And life is short, but talk radio, it makes it so much longer. And let me tell you, I'm always blown away by the amazing organizations we have in Tucson that I get to feature and highlight. And I'm just so blessed to be able to show that with you. But for now, that's all we got. And we'll see you next week. But I have a challenge for you. In the meantime, think of all the amazing ways you can help us do common good in our community. I'll see you, and God bless.
Common Good TV show. The Common Good TV show. Brought to you by Veteran Rescue Mission. Highlighting the good in the community. Hosted by Pastor John McClain, Tucson's favorite family show.